Amal Clooney has revealed she has a strict rule for guests at her home in order to protect her children's privacy. The human rights lawyer, 47, and husband George, 64, are parents to 8-year-old twins Ella and Alexander and reside in the English countryside. With her representing several high-profile clients and leading landmark campaigns, and being married to one of Hollywood's biggest stars, Amal has emphasized how important privacy is to her. In a new interview, she explained that she has banned phones at her home in order to remove any intrusions and to minimize any impact on her kids. Speaking to Glamour last week alongside close friend Charlotte Tilbury, she was asked about how she maintains her privacy in a world where everything has become more and more public. The mother of two replied, "Creating private moments and spaces is becoming increasingly difficult. But that's also why we entertain a lot at home. I now have a phone basket that I use to take everyone's phones away. It's important to get that balance where you have time alone with your family and with your friends, where people feel like you can have a safe and frank exchange. And I would say becoming a parent means you're more troubled by some of the intrusions. So we do the best we can to minimize any impact on our children. We don't put our children out there. We've never put their photo out there or anything like that." George has frequently discussed his struggle to maintain his and his family's privacy, elaborating most recently in an interview with GQ alongside Brad Pitt in August. The actor said he and Brad were at a level of fame that few others had reached, where they were unable to step out in public without being followed by paparazzi. He explained, "A lot of people, even who reach a fairly high level of fame, find a way to be able to kind of live a normal life, walk around the streets of New York without being followed and stuff like that. And there's, I don't know, 5 or 6 of us where it's just never subsided. And there's never been that like, hey, let's take a walk through Central Park and not get hammered. It just hasn't happened yet. It will, obviously, but it hasn't happened yet. So I have a goal of trying to protect. I don't want pictures of my kids. We deal in very serious subject matters with very serious bad guys, and we don't want to have photos of our kids out there. So we have to work hard at trying to stay private, and it's tricky, as you can imagine." It comes after it was revealed in April that Amal could be banned from returning to the U.S. alongside other top UK lawyers under sanctions imposed by Donald Trump. It was reported that the attorney was cautioned by the Foreign Office that legal advice she provided in a war crimes case against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu could mean she may be denied entry. Amal and Giorgio are said spend most of their time at their homes in the UK and Italy, although they also have property in the U.S. The president issued an executive order against the International Criminal Court, claiming to combat anti-Christian bias and condemn the illegitimate and baseless charges against Netanyahu. The action included financial sanctions and travel restrictions against officials working for the organization. Lawyers including Baroness Helena Kennedy and Lord Justice Adrian Fulford, who were involved in the decision to issue the warrant, also received warnings, the Financial Times reports. The warnings to the lawyers are, due to the legal advice they provided to the International Criminal Court in a war crimes case against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. Trump issued Executive Order 14203, imposing sanctions on the International Criminal Court in February, banning ICC official Karim Khan, who is from the UK, and his family from the US, and seizing his American assets. The president warned that more measures could be on the way against those responsible for the ICC's transgressions, including freezing their property and blocking entry to the U.S. If additional sanctions end up getting handed down, Amal, who served as a special advisor in International Criminal Court prosecutor Khan's investigation that led him to seek arrest warrants for Israeli and Hamas leaders, could be barred from the U.S. Amal Clooney is known worldwide not only for her beauty and elegance, but also for her brilliance as a human rights lawyer. Over the years, she has emerged as one of the most respected figures in both legal and social circles. But despite the glamour and attention that naturally comes with being married to Hollywood legend George Clooney, Amal remains remarkably private and fiercely protective of her and George's personal life. One of the most intriguing insights she recently shared was her strict household policy: no phones inside their home. While in today's digital world that may sound unusual, even extreme, it speaks volumes about her values, the sanctity of privacy, and the kind of atmosphere the Clooneys strive to cultivate in their home. This rule is not just a personal preference. It's deeply rooted in experience, purpose, and a desire to protect what matters most to them. Before diving into the reasons behind the no phone policy, it's important to understand the backdrop of Amal and George Clooney's life together. When the world learned that George Clooney, once considered the most eligible bachelor in Hollywood, was off the market and engaged to Amal Clooney, jaws dropped. She wasn't a movie star, model, or singer. Instead, Amal was an Oxford and NYU-educated barrister specializing in international law and human rights. The pairing felt like a match made in heaven: beauty and brains on one side, charm and charisma on the other.